All right, so this is going to be a review of Lee Cronin's The Mummy. It's written and directed by Lee Cronin. I thought the trailer looked pretty good. I was like, wow, I might go see that and review it. And then reviews started popping up. I was like, wow, okay, so it seems like people don't like this too much. So I was like, well, before I was probably going to see it. Now I have to see this because I was like, wow, I mean, it looked all right to me. What's the problem? So we have Charlie and Larissa Cannon, played by Jack Raynor, and I can't say this name, Laya Costa. They are in Cairo, and their daughter ends up getting snatched up, taken by somebody. And so they go talk to the police, but the police aren't really helping them. The policeman is like suggesting that they may have had something to do with it for no real reason, but whatever, they're not getting any help. So 8 years go by, and they end up getting a call saying that their daughter was found, but she was found wrapped up in a sarcophagus. So they get her medically checked out and everything, and the doctor's like, "Hey, just take her home. She needs to be around her family." And that's when things go crazy. Slowly, but things get crazier and crazier with her. So I didn't like this movie. By the end of it, I was like, man, I'm really struggling to actually stay awake, and I'm really wanting this to be over. But positives, I think it's shot well. I think the way certain shots are definitely add to the tension and like the creepiness of Katie, and also the use of sound in moments. There's a lot of that, and I think that also works. The actress that plays Katie, this Natalie Grace, really good, right? Like the stuff with Katie, like the way she looks, the way she moves, and things like that. Unsettling in the right way, right? Like if I'm in this family, I actually just I want her gone. To be honest with you, like after enough things happen, it's like okay, I don't think she needs to be here. It's interesting. There's a mystery element to this because you don't really get much of the what's going on here when she gets taken and everything like that. It gets pieced together later on with the detective. She was also involved when they went to go talk to the police and everything when Katie first got snatched up. Um, and so she's involved in this, and then the father Charlie, he's piecing things together. There's different symbols he's looking up. There's also Morse code involved, and I was like, okay, wow, okay, I'm interested in this. I want to know what actually happened. You're definitely building intrigue here. This movie legitimately has potential, and that's why it was so frustrating while I was watching it. I mean, the main thing for me is the length and the pacing. I mean, it is just it's so long and it feels so slow to get to anything, right? The mystery element of it, which I think is interesting. It just it takes so long to get to it to like piece together things and really get the answers to all this and everything that happened to Katie 8 years ago and things that by the time you get the answer, you just don't really care all that much, or at least I didn't. Yeah, and the answer isn't good enough to justify how long you just been sitting around waiting for it. Katie, Katie is mostly just sitting in the home or laying in the bed, sitting in a chair or something, and something creepy will happen, right? Her skin will start to peel off or something, and then things will go back to her just sitting in a chair in a bed, and then something else will happen. She's running around at night and things like that. You're just really sitting around for things to really get going with her, and it takes a while. I mean, it does get crazy. I mean, towards the end, it gets real crazy. But you've sat around waiting for so long that by the time that happens, it doesn't have it doesn't have the impact because I'm like at that point I'm like I'm sleepy. I'm like falling asleep. It's something that happens because this movie loses its mind, like legitimately loses its mind towards the end, where it's one of those things where you have a monster or something in a scary movie, and there's no real rules to what they can do. They're just doing whatever the script says. So by the end, it's like, oh, she can move things around with her mind. It's like she can, she can move things around with her mind. Grab one of the family members with her mind. She can possess members of the family. She can bring dead people back to life, and it's just like this is nuts. It really is nuts. I mean, something that happens in this is a dead body A dead body like spits up a scorpion. I think it was a scorpion into somebody's mouth, and then the scorpion goes down their neck and then stabs its tail through that person's throat. I mean, it really does get crazy. While that is happening and other things like that, I'm struggling to stay awake. That's how long and slow this movie is, that by the time it gets to something where it's like, wow, okay, this is something's really happening. I'm not really all that entertained by that point because I've just been sitting around for so long, and it's just like by that point, I've just completely checked out. Things happen in little bursts, and then it goes back to business as usual. They're just in the house, and Katie's in her room or in the bed, whatever, breathing and looking grotesque, and that's it until the next thing that happens. And it's just like it doesn't work, man. Like you would automatically have a better movie here if it was shorter. There's scares here, some good tension. The performances are good, especially this actress that plays Katie is really good. But it didn't fully work, man. It didn't fully work. I'm gonna give it a rental still for the things that did work, but man, this was such a slog to get through, man. It really is. I was struggling at the end, man. At the end, when everything's going crazy, I was really struggling to stay awake, man. I was like, man, I'm ready to go. And then there's more stuff. Like after this big scary climactic thing, there's more stuff. There's like that final end part. I challenge you at that final end part not to be like, all right, come on, let's go. Because that's what I was saying. Man, this had potential, but it didn't come together. But whatever. Like I said, Rental, that is Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. We're done.